So let me just dive into the reel. I'll start at the beginning. This shot, I would just call this done. I think it's really cool. I guess maybe we could work a little bit on the very end of that. If you do want to do something, there is one moment in here actually where when the dragon lands, he hits pretty hard. So he takes off here. The timing of the wing flaps feel a little bit funky throughout, maybe. I just noticed it on this wing flap here. It's a little bit weird that this wing flap down takes about 4 frames to get down, and then it takes like 8 frames to get back up. And normally the downstroke, especially on a larger flying animal, is going to be slower than the up, right? It's pushing, and then it's got to get its wings back up as quick as it can, otherwise it's going to fall out of the sky. So that concept, you could maybe take a look at the timing through this first part, but like I said, I feel like it works pretty well, and the flaps are so fast, it's probably fine. But it might feel a little bit better if you went in here and just nudged around the wing flap timing, where it feels a little bit even actually when I look at it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 down and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 up. Okay, I mean that's actually good. That's what you would want. So you know, it's just because there's so many flaps so close together. At the bottom it gets a little more even, I guess. But I think that it works okay because he's flapping so fast. Whoa, I think it is working pretty well. But at the top of the building, right at the end of the shot, he launches up into the air. Like I said, I would slow that wing flap down a little bit. And then he's moving pretty fast. Like his body is coming around this way pretty quickly. Let me get a different color for you. Coming around like this, pretty fast. Counterclockwise. He hits the building, like boom, here, on frame 267, I think. That's how I'm reading it anyway. And really just kind of locks into this position where, if I'm looking at 267 and his head goes through his spine to his tail, it's a nice curve, which is great. And here, this is that shape. And here, this is that shape, right? So it's coming around. And then it hits here, and if we look at the next few frames, that shape never changes. The shape basically just stays the same for the whole end, which I would expect is this huge weight. Imagine like, here, let me clear this out. Imagine like almost not all, but a huge amount of his weight is right here, like right where the wings are connected, like the meat of his body is all kind of right there. And all that stuff is moving this way, like really fast. And it's going to like come to a stop because he hits this building. And I don't think you should just like lock it the way that it is. I think you need a little bit more overlap, which is maybe the beginning of the problem that I'm seeing. That's all coming flying around, and it kind of hits this wall right here, and it just sticks there. And it's not so bad if that section has to basically stop. Like maybe you get just a little bit of into the body there, but then what you're going to need is that the body and the head, they haven't stopped. They don't need to stop yet. So the tail still wants to go that way, and the head probably still wants to go this way a little bit, actually, because the way he was twisting. So it would probably kind of get whipped counterclockwise a little bit. And I think all you really need, it's fine that the wings lock down. You're probably like grabbing the building with those wing claws, which I think is great. But the head, I would expect to see a little bit of a snaky movement, and then the tail especially, I would expect to see, you know, come up here or something. Other than that, I feel like it's really strong. So really it's just mostly about overlapping the head and tail when it hits the building.